Hi, welcome to Driven by Me and Thesis. Tonight I will talk about the three C's in game development, which are the camera, character, and controls. I thought about this subject because the previous episode was about the C# programming, and I put myself in your shoes and um, thought to myself, okay, what do I need to do now if I were you? And then it's the camera, of course, and setting the scene uh, for the controls and the character. So this is the three C's of game development. We'll go over the description and some video, and then implement it. Implement something for you that can help you. And maybe like show you how you could proceed. Will act as if we're a beginner. So let's watch see some descriptions. So here the Bing says Gemini or Bing, I don't remember which one is it. It says in context of the video game development, the three C's refer to camera, character, and controls, essentially representing the coordinates that define how player interacts with the game world, where the camera is what the player sees, the character is this in-game representation of the player, and the controls are how the player inputs actions to manipulate the character and camera. The key points about PCs: there are considered fundamental aspects of game design, and developers often focus on carefully balancing and refining these elements to create a smooth and immersive gameplay experience. Interdependence: each of the three C's is highly dependent on the others. For example, the camera angle affects how the player perceives their character's movement and character abilities. It's applicable across genre. So I will go fast over this. I want to see what is said in some videos. And then I will proceed to open Unity while it plays. Oh, Ryan Lally, you don't hear this, so I will. Let's see, do you hear this? No. Audio, monitor audio. It's my monitor. This one, I guess. No. It is this one. No. Is this one? No. No, none of them work. It's weird. Maybe because of NVIDIA broadcasting. Speaker, Realtek audio. Speaker, Realtek audio. Let's try this. It seems to work.
Hi everyone, welcome to a brand new type of video where we discuss more game design topics that are more holistic and not just specific to Unreal Engine. And in this first video, I want to talk about where do you actually begin when you're starting to make a game? Where do you design? What do you do?
I think I read this mind from afar.
The three C's I'm referring to are the controls, the character, and the camera. These are the first three tenets of any game design that you should really focus on at the very start of your game. Once you've got these nailed down, then you can start filling in with the mechanics, systems, and other gameplay elements of your game's design. So let's take a look at that, what it looks like inside of Unreal Engine. So inside Unreal.
So I won't go further than that.
Hi everyone, and welcome to my talk on designing for intuitive player experience using the three C's: character, camera, and controls. So before we dive into the main topics, let me introduce myself. I'm Ben. I'm a senior game designer at Creative Assembly. Some of the games that I've worked on in the past include Hyenas, which is the game I'm currently working on with Creative Assembly. It's been recently announced. I worked on the Crysis franchise and the game called Hunt Showdown with Crytek. Outside of work, to be honest, I mostly play games when I have the free time, feelings, and sometimes rationalization of facts as well. So when we are talking about...
I want to watch them later on to see, because I want to make a section in my thing, my document. And so how do I do that? I will create the document right now. Just wait for me. So I create a documentation. If you are interested, it's in the description below. It's a bit slow process because I'm doing courses at the same time. So let's find, where can I put this? The three C's. So usually the three C's would be the game designer, level designer sometimes, programmer. But since it's like a mix between level design and game design, I would put it game design, even though it would be a programmer doing this. These. And then I will go ahead and run Unity. If you create a new scene, new project, and so now I'll also put my was I with the research. I don't think I prefer to give you the rest of the course. To make country art, my game doesn't have yet controls, but it will mess up my project a bit. I will create a new one. So I would do as if you were like you had a bad computer, but you want to do a small project instead of a big one. So 3 C's, 4 C's. What would be before? Create. It would be a bit long. So the camera, one thing I remember is that you have a like game object to things in game objects, and usually you don't want to put the camera. You might start with the camera on the player on the game object of the player. It's a bad idea because you want to. Usually, at first, you will start with that idea. Okay, I don't want to bother with the camera, so the movement of the camera. So you put the camera as the child of the player. The issue is that sometimes the player will go somewhere, they fall and do flips, and the camera will do flips. So it's something to think about. So now Unity is open, and first thing first, you want to add the terrain, and then go to scene, and then WASD to navigate, and right mouse click to rotate, shift to go faster, to go down, E to go up. Then you might not like that this is 0, 0 here, or rather you can scroll the mouse to set the. Oh, there was a guy named Florian. He left. Sad. Hey Florian, come back. Let's add Florian. Where are you, my friend? He's not there. He might just have took a look and fly away to this thing. Oh, it may be. I had 5 views. It was me, maybe. 5 views. Wow. First time. So you might want to maybe this is weird. How did it create this? I'm not how did it create let's try it again. What was that? Let's try it again. 3D object. Terrain. So it's a right click, 3D object, terrain. What did I do that created? So okay, this is 0, 0. Not like the new Unity. What is the focus? I don't remember. Is it there? Yes. It's a far away focus, so you can scroll to while you are moving, right clicking, and when you get closer, slow it down. So now you are at the center of your map. You want to place a character in this. You can do a rollerball game. It's usually like the first thing, but I will do as if you don't, because there are too many rollable. So what you would do is like a placeholder for your character, and then you will name it character. So you will place it there. This is the position right now, it's far away. So you decide this should be close by somewhere. Okay, the 0, 0 is far away. It's at the corner as I thought. First, it might be just the gizmo is there. This is so weird. The gizmo is not here. And it says 0, 0, 0. It's what is going on? I think it's like minus 500 minus 500, and then the minus 500 here. There you go. And you put it above it like that. You might want to have physics and things like that eventually. So this would be the beginning for the character. You might want to put it side or leave it there, because usually you would put all your scene settings under this here, so it's easier to understand. So I'm a bit rusty. It's been a while. You can add a physics by clicking add component physics. No, it's not physics. I'm really rusted. Collider. The box collider will create a collider that can detect collisions and warnings when there are collisions. It's a rigid body. Rigid body is for 3D object, and rigid body 2D is for 2D object. And then you can test this by putting it up, pressing play, and then the camera sees it from afar, and camera is there. So some people, when you're a beginner, you would like place your camera like this. This is what I was talking about as a child, which is not good way, because you want it to follow. You don't want it to code the following, but this is not a good way to do it, because your character eventually you might want it to roll and do flips and things like that, and the camera will flip. There are ways to do it. You can flip the update, so it updates the position when you need it, when you do exclusions, so it doesn't update when it flips. But a better way is to use Cine Machine. You download it's a package. It will save you so many times, but it won't make you learn how to code. So it's it depends if you want to go fast and not learn so much. You might not have envy to learn camera control, but it's part of the it's part of if you want a custom thing, but Cinemachine does so much that you more likely don't need the custom thing. You might be able to do it in Cinemachine more easily, but you won't learn doing this. So Cinemachine would be somewhere. It's installed, so I guess. Hey, what was that? Like inventory icon. Okay, it's my my stuff. I think it's installed on my thing because I've seen it installed, but I don't want to leave you. Oh, it's refreshing. No, no. What is there in Unity registry? It's supposed to be installed. I won't use it, so you learn with me. Let's do as if I didn't know about it. Okay, yeah. Let's do like place the camera first. And to do that, I would suggest to take the game, put it aside on that, you just move it and you put it there. So now we want it as if this was a character. And we place it as such. Something like that. I like to make do like a slide off, slightly off. That way you can aim, hide, and sometimes it's like that in video game. So you have here the options, the field of view. Orthographic is more like it's closer to this. You go orthographic, it removes the perspective. You don't have a point of perspective. It's infinitely horizontal and vertical. This is the camera clipping, so it clips 1,000 unit away, so like 1,000 meters away, and near the camera, like on the nose of the camera, it will clip at 0.30 centimeter, 30, something like that. 1 meter, 30 centimeter, yeah. So if you happen to be close an object and it disappear, it's the clipping there. So if you want to do a close-up, you need to put this lower, but it might be slow, or maybe not. And then the angle, I like to put like rounded numbers. That way I know it's easier to know that it's clean. It's not like it's been verified. It's easier to deal with. Easier to remember. So next. Now, how you would deal with this? You need to control the cube first, and for that you need to make a character controller script. So you can name it any way you want. And first, like I like to put like this in project because it will keep it about, like, because the exclamation in the order is the first. So if you don't do that, then it might be lost into other folders that you add later on. And then you can do a script. If you do a script folder, you decide a bit in your structure. Eventually you get used to how messy it becomes later on, so be thoughtful of what you create, where you create it, and then character controller. You can name it what you want, but the thing is, it needs to describe what it does, so that when you or someone else arrives later on, he needs to understand just by reading what it does, what it means. So now you can drag and drop it on the game object, and it will be there. And you can double click it to open it in Visual Studio. Yeah, computer is angry. Let's see what my fan settings. Okay, now when you open it looks like this. This, as I said in the previous episode, is the start. Is the basic function of Unity. The start will run when you start the game. Yeah, when you start. Or when you instantiate the character controller, but you won't need to. If it was like enemy would spawn the enemy, and you could like do initialize, or I don't remember if will start the start. I would need to write it. I don't remember. I think not. I think you need like to make it's better to do an initialize custom function when you found something. I don't remember, but the start will start when you play, and this will update every loop of the game. If you want to an update that does update that precise moment, precise loop, it's the fixed update. This update will lag when there is lag. Will not update with the tick. of the loop. So anything that is not physical will be there. So since we are moving this, it's physical. We do the fix update. Physics is made before the render. Anything that is rendered, because you need to have the physical result calculated before showing it. You want in the logic of a game, you want the physics happening, and then you don't want the player to see like an object going through one another to calculate if it needs to rebound. So the physics is made, and then the render is done. Okay, if it would be wrong to be the other way around. So that's why it's decided that the physics is on like behind the screen. That is the render update. So you can start with just a simple if statement. Yeah, already IntelliSense will provide you with controls with the key input. So this is this is a loop, so it loops, and then if this is pressed, the W is pressed, and it runs, and the run is that it adds a vector to a 3D vector to the position of the transform of this game object. The transform is this thing, so you can see it there is. So anytime you write transform like that, it's like a global variable. You can click and control click this on it. It will take you to component, and component is component. Let's see. I think it's behavior component. You see, it's a parent of behavior, and behavior is a parent of mono behavior, and mono behavior is the parent of the class you just created. So it inherits of the transform, and this transform in this case is this one there. So let's see what it does. I think it won't do a thing. Let's see. Hope it works. It's cool. So now if you want the camera to follow it, you need to make a script in the camera. You can name it as you want, but you need to find a name that fits easy to understand. So what would be the script? What does it do? It's make the camera follow player. So now you need to try to shorten this title. Camera update. Camera up to player. Camera updater. Camera follow. It could be a bad name. You don't need to worry about names. You need, if you encounter a bad name, you will understand. Like you will try. Eventually, you will have a bug and debug something. And if it happens that you don't, the reason why the bug was hard to decipher was the name camera photo. It make you not understand because of the name, then change the name. And to change the name of the class, it's easy. So let's put camera photo on the main camera. Then you can see it didn't work. It can happen that doesn't work. Sometimes it will say the code like it will make a pop-up message, and you wouldn't be able to just restart Unity. So now the camera photo is there. You open it, and then to change the name, you click here and you click do Control R. Camera layer or camera photo layer. Then camera update. Update retroset. Or just like camera player update. Don't rename it from there. Rename it like I said, Control R, then it will update. Put it right there. And now this is the thing is that this is not a physical transformation, so I think you can put it. If it would be, I would show you how to do a physical one, but this one is not. I guess you can put it. Let's see if I'm wrong. Because there are physical impulses in Unity. It doesn't change a thing there, but I will try with you later a physical input. So the camera, how to update it, needs to take the character in. To do that, you need to have a public variable character controller to do. What I hate about this method is that you need to put it back in, like you need to go there, you will see it there, and then you need to take your character and it will find it. It will find your script there. But the issue with this, it's the good thing with this is it goes really fast. So I'm done. But later on, this will sometime be broken. Many times it will be broken. You will arrive. You won't see that it is missing. You will press play and it will say it's missing, and then you will wonder why is it still missing? Who played with my stuff? and that's why I don't like this method so much. What I prefer is to make it private and do search for it in my hierarchy. This is a slow process. It takes time to find it. It's obsolete. And let's see what it is now. Let's ask Copilot. Find first subject by type. Accept it. And it's slow. You shouldn't do this in update. It's okay that it's in the start. If you have many, if your play eventually get really slow, this part it becomes really slow. It might be because you have too many of this. So now let's try to update it. Update to its own position. So he has its own transform. Now let's see what it says. It made an offset here, but I don't like is offset. It creates a new in the update, which is a new object which gather on the heap of the class, and then the garbage collector when the heap is there are too many vector tree on the heap, the garbage collector comes and it makes a small lag beacon, glitch, and you don't know why it happened. It's because there's too many new objects. And to avoid this, now I will make it public. And public, I would put I like to put them above because you want to avoid having public, and you want to know when you have public variable. This will expose these variable to the editor. The camera offset. So it would be I prefer field as I shown yesterday. I prefer field. This is not a field. A field will have now it is not working. Oh yeah, it's working. So you have the reference. That's why I prefer them. And then you can do the same with this one. It might be slower for the IDE, but it's not slower for the code because it's compiled at the end. Shouldn't be slower. There shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. I might ask the AI to see. In Unity, can feel like the this. I like this. We make the lower during runtime better than it, and this version Look around between a property character controller and a field. It's weird because in C++ this is called a field. It's negligible properties with auto-implemented header, etc. are compiled to be essentially identical to fields in terms of performance. It optimizes its properties to behave like fields at runtime. However, there are few considerations for frequently accessed data within performance-critical groups. Using a local variable can, yeah, of course. I'm not sure about that. Okay, but the issue with the local variable is that you create it every time you arrive in the function. But it's not a struct that I'm doing. Okay, frequently. Yeah, this of course, it needs to be private most of the time. But see if I can. It's if I remember, there's a way. Want to ask? Want the local variable be treated and be deleted every time the function is used. Low upload. I might be right because it's not an object. It doesn't need. Maybe it will tackle the garbage collector. Okay, it's the stack from a garbage collector. Is it clear to make local variable rather than fields if I can? Probably because field yeah would will would using to the in our fields it is not whether the garbage collector fields whether they are value types of reference type classes do not generate garbage into X however consider your regarding fields and value collector. Do not create garbage as they are stored or the stack or inline reference type field type classes in or array are located on the heap, but they only generate garbage when they are created or assigned, not merely by existing. Only if they are, as I said, a new and makes sense. Why call variable better? Oh, it's because the fast access, I don't remember the name, PIT optimization. So what does it mean? It means that if you can create a variable instead of creating it above you as a field, you should create it in functions. So I would ask, is the G also better in the up the main loop? Update and fix update other than field. What was the name itself? Value type, I think. Yeah, value type field. Using auto variable into the value type fields in the menu and that can indeed provide better performance. Okay, that's something I didn't know. So it's better to avoid making creating a variable above. You should more often try to create them, except if it's for that. So except if you have a new is to avoid in update, you can do new here, but in not in context. So because of that, I cannot make a new variable here. I cannot do this one there. I have to create it in a field. This is slower, he says. This I don't remember why. Apart all and apart from relation why are these look then field value type. Okay, if there are operation, because you can add a operation there by doing this. When someone calls a variable, you can transform this into a function and then do something. I don't remember the structure, but you can change what happens when someone gets this variable, when something gets, and something else when something sets the variable. I think you can make this private just to have this. Usually this is best because what happened there, I don't know. I think it is set somewhere here, but it's don't know why it says that. Yeah, doesn't want to. I think that's how you would do. Okay, it will remove them. I didn't save. Save. It doesn't show. I don't know if it's possible to expose it. Is it possible? Is it possible to back and then we continue? Is it possible to expose private variable on the game? Yeah, my memory is short. I work so much with this. So I want the camera offset to be exposed, and I want a default value. This would be the default, but I can modify it there. I need to save. Let's save. Maybe it's because of this. Maybe I should do it private there. Let's see. This is weird. Maybe it needs a wake up, like closing everything. Yes, this is weird. It should work. It should work. All vectors. That's why we can't do this with vectors. You could do it with floats. Like transform. Camera offset. Maybe like just change this to a transform. Now it won't work. But it needs a serialized field. Let's say like camera offset float. Now if it doesn't work, weird. Else it would be the private. Then I don't know what to do. It might be it might need to be removed at this point because it's not normal. And when we did the oh maybe I don't know. Let's try maybe it's because it's not using the code. Let's do private vector read camera offset and then now that it's used Will it show up? Yeah, I think it's because of the rename. Sometimes it does this when you rename something. And how to do this would be like create a new, and it would be a camera update. If you have this problem, it might be because we renamed it. Then we have to open this one. And copy the content. Put this one into this one. Save. This one. From there. And camera update. There. Still doesn't work. Maybe because it's a field, but I remember having used field many times. Let's try it. Now it works. It was field. Oh, it's serialized field. I remember now. Damn it. Damn it, son. Oh, I had a blank. Serialized field. Field serialized field. Field into field serialized field. Now, now I can put them private. Field serialized field. Oh, it's there. We did it. I want to copy the camera there. The main camera. I don't want to copy this position because someone can change it. I prefer to have it like hard coded there. So X would be 0, 5. This one would be 2. This one would be 0.5. Now it's the default value. It didn't update, which is bad. So I don't need to put it in there too. Because I did the 0 field before, so it recorded 0 before the value. So this is when it is exposed like that. It's more official for everyone. That are the default value. camera offset, transform position. Let's try this. So the offset doesn't work. So how to see that? Let's look at the numbers there. One, if we put the player back to 0. No, we put the player back to 0. There, there. Oh, let's see. Not 0. 0, 0, 0, it's 5. I don't understand why it doesn't want to. Okay, now it wants 0, 0, and the camera is. So it was. It's not. It has the offset, but it's reversed. We need the offset to be the other way around, because now it's facing this way. I think we forgot the angle to facing this way when I do play. It's too close to it because the player is not at 0, 0. It's in reference to this place. So what we can do is to put this into the player character, then move it where we want it, player back to 0, just to, and then the camera, let's move it one as we want it to be, and then we have this number, this -4, 0.5, 1.5, -4 here. It needs to be going back there and put in there 2.5, 1.5. I think you don't need to put the 0, but I do it. Save, play. It's still in reference to. Oh, it's reversed. Maybe the -4 is forgotten. But now the issue with that is the camera will not turn with the mouse, and that would be like another step, complicated step. But this is a very good way to learn coding, to make the camera work as you want. But if you hate, but eventually when you have done, I would say do this, and when you are done with it, try to use Cinemachine afterward, and you will be like in heaven. So that will be it for tonight. I will do the rest. I don't know. Maybe it will be my home game more. We will see. So